Welcome, my friends, to the kitchen of Ebony Ivy Thyme. I love having you here, and I hope that you will relax and watch this show till the very end because there's a lot going on in the kitchen and a lot to talk about. So let's get started. Hello, my friends. I wanted you to see exactly what I had purchased at the farmer's market. And you'll notice that I have a variety of colors. It's beautiful. And when you're eating plant based, that's what you're looking for, lots of color and lots of variety, because all of that means great nutrition. I also picked up from the market the Amish noodles. And they have great noodles, but I can only either pick them up in the Amish store or at my farmer's market. So I thought I'd pick up an extra bag just in case because you never know when those noodles are going to come in handy. Cantaloupe is one of those fruits that I always look forward to, and you want to buy it when it's in season. I also love the fact that at this time of the year, you can get strawberries, blueberries, blackberry, raspberries, all kinds of wonderful fruits and vegetables at the farmer's market. And you know what? My granddaughter absolutely loves cantaloupe. She can't get enough of it. She takes it to lunch, she has it for breakfast, she'll have it for dessert, but cantaloupes are her favorite. So, because of that, I found this handy little device, and it looks like a fork, but it's a fork with an attachment that just helps to clip those little cubes of cantaloupe or watermelon or honeydew out of its covering very quickly. And so it just pops those cubes out, lets you have a nice bowl of fresh cantaloupe ready in a matter of seconds. I love fried rice. And this particular fried rice I'm going to have on Sunday because of the fact that the big guy wants shrimp. And we're going to add a little bit into it. So I'm starting with my bok choy, and this was a beautiful head of bok choy. So I want those pieces just about anywhere from a half inch to a full inch as I slice it. And I'm going to use almost all of this in tonight's fried rice because of the fact we've got to have those vegetables in there. Just for our young homemakers, know that bok choy has a tendency to hold a lot of little sand and gravel. So even though I washed this prior to actually slicing it, I'm going to give it a really good rinse again. Carrots and onions are something that I put into my stir fries always. You're always going to find them, no matter what other vegetables that I might decide to add. So I had some little baby carrots that were getting close to that special date, and I thought I need to use these. So I'm just giving them a little chop, and we're going to use those as well as take a whole onion, get that diced up so that tonight, when it's time to put that fried rice together, it's going to come together very, very quickly. You know, I'm a fan of prepping the vegetables in advance so that we have them sitting in the refrigerator ready to go. But I'm also prepping the rice because anytime you're preparing fried rice, you actually want old rice. So it can be a day old, 2 days old. I wouldn't go beyond that, but a couple of days old. And it gives that rice a chance to dry out just a little bit. And if you aren't able to do it a day in advance, then do it earlier in the day. Spread it out on a cookie sheet and just let it sit and let all the moisture evaporate from it because it's going to make a better fried rice. I like for my rice to be well seasoned. So that's the reason why I'm adding all of these goodies to my rice cooker. And I'm using vegetable stock instead of just water because I want good flavor. Why not? If we're going to eat vegetables and we're going to try to keep ourselves clean as possible, then we want to make sure that what we're eating not only is clean, but that it tastes good. I'm going to let you in on my one of my dirty secrets. And that is that I love beautiful pots and pans. And when I was actually visiting my son, I saw that he had this new set of hexclad pots and pans and skillets, the works. And I thought, oh, I like that. So guess what I got? I got a little box that came in the mail, and he sent me a beautiful frying pan. And I love this frying pan. Notice, no long handles. Let's talk about it. Let me share a few things with you about hexclad. First of all, the hexclad series of cookware is considered as a hybrid, and that's because of the fact that it is stainless steel. However, it is non-stick. You can cook either with a teeny tiny bit of oil or even no oil. Now, when you first purchase it, of course, you're going to have to season it just as you would cast iron. And as you use it, the more you use it, the more seasoned it's going to become. What I really like is the fact that I can even put it in my dishwasher to clean it. I can use utensils that are not necessarily plastic. I can even use regular metal spatulas and our whisk. And even it's been tested with an electric mixer inside of this particular type of pan. Now, it's hybrid because of the fact that it has easier cleanup than stainless steel. It's also very durable and it's easy for the home cook because we can wash it. We don't have to worry about it losing its seasoning ability. We can wash it with Dawn or whatever it is, whatever our particular choice of cleaning solution is, and just a warm soapy water we can use to clean up this particular pan. Unlike traditional pans, we can use scouring pans or scouring pads if necessary in order to clean up the pan. Now, what is suggested is the fact that because of the fact that it's new, that you will start out with a little lower temperature until you understand the science of the pan. Every pan has a different standard. So because of that, start low and turn up the heat gradually so that you will get to know your particular cookware. And that's not just with hexclad, that's with any skillet or pan that you purchase. You have to test it out and find its sweet spot. And so we'll do the same with this. But I'm going to get this seasoned up and then we're going to do some cooking in it. Tonight we're preparing a Sunday fried rice. I call it a Sunday fried rice because it's going to have a few things in it that I would not normally have during the weeknights. Now we already have placed into our pan some onion. I added in about a 1/4 cup of water because we're not using oil. Our pan has been seasoned. I've also added in some carrots. We're going to add a little celery, some garlic, and we're going to get all those good things seasoned up. You know, we chopped up some bok choy. That's going to be going into our fried rice. This is going to be an amazing dish. The bok choy is really going to make this a showstopper because those nice varied greens are going to be beautiful in with the rice. Now, we purposely prepared the rice in advance because we wanted day-old rice for fried rice, and this will also help in making this dish come together very quickly. I'm going to place a top over the vegetables, and the reason for that is because I added a little bit of extra water in there. I want those to steam just a few minutes before I really start adding all of the seasonings in. I'm going to add a little bit of plant butter because I want just a little bit more savoriness into our skillet, and also to cook the vegetables. It's just going to give them great flavor. So we're going to do that. Add a couple of teaspoons, that'll be fine. And once we add the rice in, oh my goodness, all of that goodness is going to be amazing down in that pan. Most stir fries have a bit of peas, and certainly mine is going to have all of that because we're going to add as much green and veg this up as much as we can. So I'm going to add in a few, about 2 cups of frozen peas, and let them get nice and hot and come to temperature. And once they do that, then I can continue to add the rest. Now, you know, as usual, I will add the recipe either into the video or also in the bottom, in the comment section or down in the description section of this video. But I wanted you to know that there are going to be many of the seasonings that you're very familiar with. We're going to have some no salt seasoning because it has such variety of flavors. We're going to add our house seasoning that has black pepper, onion powder, garlic powder. And of course, we have to add in some Bragg's Amino because we want that soy, that plant-based soy hit that it's going to add to our dish. And this time, I'm going to add a bit of sesame oil, which is really going to take your mind to your favorite Asian restaurant. Now remember, I told you that this was a Sunday fried rice. And so because of that, the big guy is going to get to have some shrimp in his fried rice. So I'm going to add in about 3 cups of frozen shrimp to this mixture. And yes, I'm putting them in frozen. It will help to cool this off just a little bit. I'm going to let them cook a little while, and then we're going to be ready to add our day-old rice. I didn't measure the amount of rice. I just put the rice in a little bit at a time so I could see what the ratio of vegetables to rice was going to be. And this particular time I'm using brown rice because I had quite a bit of brown rice on hand. That's what I had in the pantry, and that's what I'm using tonight. But as you can see, I actually have enough of rice left to probably prepare some other type of rice dish later on in the week. Cooking with brown rice, you'll find that very often you need just a little more moisture than you might with white rice. And so, even though the vegetables had been cooking in the pan, the shrimp was in the pan, I just felt like it needed a touch more liquid. So, that's the reason why I added the little extra bit of vegetable stock. Now, this has had about 5 minutes to sit and I turned the heat up so that it would be nice and hot inside of the pan. Now remember, it's a new pan, so I didn't want to turn it on high, so I'm cooking it a tad bit slower than what I normally would, and just to protect the quality of the pan until I've had it for a little while. When you're cooking with brown rice, you'll find that very often you need just a little more moisture than you might with white rice. And so, even though the vegetables had been cooking in the pan, the shrimp was in the pan, I just felt like it needed a touch more liquid. So, that's the reason why I added the little extra bit of vegetable stock. Now, this has had about 5 minutes to sit and I turned the heat up so that it would be nice and hot inside of the pan. Now, remember, it's a new pan, so I didn't want to turn it on high, so I'm cooking it a tad bit slower than what I normally would, and just to protect the quality of the pan until I've had it for a little while. Oh my goodness. I wish you could smell this fried rice because it is taking me straight to my Chinese restaurant. It smells amazing. It looks delicious. You know that you could always switch out whatever vegetables that you like for your family. Some things may work. The next time I might cut things a little differently. Might cut the carrots because I have regular carrots in smaller slices, whatever it may be. But this is your dish for you to make it whatever you like. So we have our Sunday fried rice. I already know that the big guy is going to be a very happy person because he's going to enjoy this dish as well as I will. Now, I'll be honest with you, I'm going to give him all of the shrimp. He will get all of that, and I'll eat the vegetables and the rice. But, that's just my choice. It's Sunday, and being the weeknight vegan, that gives me an opportunity on Sunday to have a choice as to what it is that I want to eat. Now, I am so glad that you have had an opportunity to be with me in the kitchen. It has certainly been a blessing. I'm hoping that you will come back to the kitchen of Ebony Ivy Thyme because it's here where we're loving on our family and serving up the healthiest dishes that we can possibly prepare. So I look forward to seeing you again soon, and love and blessings. Bye-bye.